He's the guy that, pull over.
Did you just see that? A white color marked police car in hot pursuit of and then pulling over another marked white color police vehicle for speeding? That apparently did happen, and it happened a few days ago, but now we're just finding out about it on this 12th day of June 2023, only in Florida, or as I like to say, Florida only. Welcome to the new Florida Only podcast. Let's watch the entire incident from body cam footage.
Over 100 miles an hour trying to catch up with this butthead. He's the guy that, copy down that bumper number.
This one or this one?
Yeah, 11070. Pull over. You gonna pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over.
Say a device name like phone or USB. Main menu. Say a command. You can say a device name like audio, CD, or radio. Phone is always active, so you can say things like, call John Smith. Main menu. Say a command. Asking, what can I say, will always bring up a list of active commands. For sync support, call 1-877-945-3648, or see the tips available at www.syncmyride.com.
3113 to 313.
What?
Do you?
I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going into work?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, what are you going
What
to
does
work
it look
for?
like I am dressed for?
What
does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hilton, and I see your driver's license.
No.
Okay. 3113, copy at 1050. 10-4, I got a city, Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. It's going to be X-Ray Foxtrot 6207, XF 6207. You refuse to stop.
www.syncmyride.com.
So this story apparently happened a few days ago in the Orlando metropolitan area. Did you catch that at the beginning of the video in car chase? We saw a stationary white color Seminole County, Florida Police Department marked unit observing a white color Orlando Police Department white color marked unit race past them at a very high and dangerous speed, but had no lights on. So the Seminole County PD officer turns his patrol car around and chases the Orlando PD officer. And you can see the Orlando PD officer eventually turning on his lights and eventually does pull over. But then the Orlando PD officer is defiant and ignores the Seminole County officer's instructions and drives off. Now you may be confused. We are talking about a Seminole County PD officer chasing an Orlando PD officer. What's that all about? Well, the Orlando, Florida metro area encompasses multiple counties. The city of Orlando itself is located in Orange County, but its metropolitan area extends beyond county lines. The four counties that we're talking about here that make up the greater Orlando area are Orange County, and Orlando is primarily situated in Orange County, which includes the downtown area, major attractions, and a significant portion of the city. We also have Seminole County, where the police chase happened, and that county is located adjacent and north of Orange County. Lake County, to the west of Orange County. Lake County is also considered part of the Orlando metro area and includes suburban communities and residential areas. And lastly, our fourth county is Osceola County. To the south of Orange County lies Osceola County and is part of the Orlando metro area. Osceola County encompasses suburban communities and tourist destinations such as Kissimmee and parts of the Disney World Resort area. So these four counties together form the broader Orlando metro area and span across multiple jurisdictions and contributes to the overall economic and cultural landscape of the region. The Orlando Police Department does not have jurisdiction or operate in Seminole County, so it would stand out in Seminole County if there was an Orlando PD car. And so the law enforcement agency responsible for maintaining public safety in Seminole County is the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, which is responsible for policing activities within the county. Whereas the Orlando Police Department operates within the city limits of Orlando, primarily in Orange County. The boundaries of the Orlando Police Department's jurisdiction are defined by the city's limits and do not extend into Seminole County or any other neighboring county. So it appears what happened here is what we have is an Orlando PD officer probably living in Seminole County and commuting south to Orange County when he got pulled over for excessively speeding and dangerous speeding on June 9th, 2023. So this isn't a story of a police department chasing its own vehicle or anything like that. It's one local law enforcement police agency chasing another local law enforcement agency within the same county. But still, it's odd to see something like this happen, especially when it comes to speeding in marked vehicles. I have seen printed stories about other marked police cars in other states pulling over other marked police cars for things like DUI and reckless driving, while both cars are on duty and marked. But I can't really recall a story like this one in particular. Now, if you have, let me know in the comments and post a link. I'd like to read about it. So anyway, according to West Orlando, this Orlando police officer by the name of Alexander Shauni, hopefully I pronounced that right, has been relieved of duty. There was actually an arrest made, apparently. According to the arrest report on June 9th, a Seminole County deputy saw Officer Alexander Shauni and his Orlando Police Department vehicle speed on Florida Avenue. The arrest report apparently states that Shauni was driving at 80 miles an hour in a posted 45 mile per hour zone and did not have emergency lights or sirens on. Deputies said afterwards they activated the emergency lights and sirens to catch Shauni, but Shauni did not want to pull over initially. When Seminole County deputies asked Shauni where he was headed, he said he was going to work, according to the arrest report, and we did see that in the video. Shauni is also accused of refusing to give the deputy his driver's license, which we also saw in the video. Shauni was arrested on the charges of resisting an officer, reckless driving, and fleeing and eluding a law enforcement officer with active sirens. Although the story doesn't say if he was arrested on the same day or how many days later. OPD sent this statement to West TV, and I'll read it here. The Orlando Police Department was notified by the Seminole County Sheriff's Office on Friday, June 9th, that OPD officer Alexander Shauni was involved in an incident that occurred in Seminole County that resulted in criminal charges. Officer Shauni has been relieved of duty pending the Seminole County Sheriff's criminal investigation as well as OPD's internal affairs investigations. Now let's pause for a moment. Lately, we've seen a lot of negative stories surrounding law enforcement officers. Instances of unethical behavior, illegal conduct, and even officers covering for one another have tarnished the public's trust, and we've seen these in many YouTube videos. Our Seminole County PD officer here showed us that some officers are committed to doing what's right, regardless of professional courtesies. They pulled over the Orlando officer just like they would any other speeding driver. So kudos to the Seminole County PD for holding their fellow officers accountable. On the other hand, the Orlando PD officer shows that it is hiring officers, apparently, who don't show good temperament and judgment and professionalism when confronted and challenged with crimes that they're committing, and especially excessive and dangerous speeding. The Orlando PD officer showed that he is above the law clearly by the video, right? No remorse was shown on the video, no regrets or apologies were given when he had the opportunity to do so when he was pulled over by the Seminole County PD officer. So that is sad to see. And also, we're talking about reckless and dangerous speeding here that could injure or kill people. And so speeding for a police officer should be done in emergency situations only. And even those have limits, right? So I also wonder if there is a backstory here. It makes you wonder if there may be unknown politics and tensions between the police departments. That's only speculation. Would a Seminole County police officer pull over another Seminole County police officer under similar or exact circumstances? Or was this just a case where the excessive speeding crime was just too much to ignore and the right thing was done? Regardless, while we have come across negative policing stories, again, it's still nice to know that an officer will uphold their duty regardless of if it's one of their own or not. And whereas, of course, I start to wonder about the Orlando PD now, but at least they are taking action against one of their own as well. So that's good to see as well. Regardless, let's give a round of applause to the Seminole County PD officer for reminding us that ultimately the right thing was done here and that this crime was not ignored, as awkward as this whole situation may have been for both police departments. So that's it for now for the Florida Only podcast. We cover stories happening in Florida or mentioning Florida that may be of interest to others in Florida, America, or internationally. So stay tuned for the next topic and video. See you next time.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.